What is good, guys? Sircharlesthepoet here. So, for this week, I wanted to make a video to talk about why am I so nervous about starting this nomadic life, moving to Montana, and after Montana, moving to different places in the world. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if I made a video, if I have mentioned that I'm nervous about doing this in previous videos, but yeah, it's a nerve wracking decision that I made. So this week I wanted to make a video talking more about that. Why am I so nervous about that choice that I made? It's not like it's a life changing choice decision to make, but let's dive deeper into it. Yeah, cool. So as you know, if you've been following the page, you know that I used to live in New York City, had a full time job. My friends live in New York City. Most of my family, some of my family, my closest family live in New York City. So, but one day I decided to get up and leave New York City and just travel the world. And right now I'm in Montana, and it's my first stop to traveling the country, the world, blah blah. So it was a nerve wracking decision. I have never made such a big decision on my own before. I was born in Haiti. I spent the first 11 years of my life in Haiti, and then I came to the States, where my parents gave me citizenship. And so I'm born Haitian. I'm Haitian American, but I'm a Haitian with American citizenship. I'm born Haitian. So that, like, you probably hear the jokes online. You hear the jokes on social media. Haitian families are strict. Caribbean families are strict, or not just Caribbean instead of black families, but immigrant families are very strict, and yeah. So the kids have like a lot of, like, the stakes are very high for the kids. The kids have a lot. There's a lot of expectations for the kids. I'm here to tell you that that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So put that in your head. So why was I so nervous about moving to Montana? As I said before, I've never made a decision, such a big decision in my life before. Like, and nobody, like, legit nobody supported me. People either they either told me not to go, not to start the nomad life, not to move to Montana, or they just gave me the facial. They didn't say anything. They didn't tell me not to do it, but the facial expression says everything. Like, are you crazy? Like, the are you crazy facial expression? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay? Like, you've done some crazy shit, Charles, but just you've outdone yourself with this one. Um, so it was either like, tell me straight up no, or give me that facial expression. I think it was only my sister who like, I mean, aside from my coworker, my sister who was like, she's proud of me. She's that I'm doing a very daring and amazing thing. She's proud of me for having the courage to do that. So definitely shout out to my little sister. Props to you, sis. So my whole life, it's been like coming to the States, moving houses, schools I'm going to, what I'm gonna study for college. Like, yeah, I ended up studying what I wanted to study in college, but like, my parents were like wanting me to go to the medical field. And when I tell you that, like, multiple family members called me to tell me the importance of going to the medical field, bro. And when they found out I was switching, like, I didn't do medical. I went to engineering, which is the next best thing. So they were like still proud of me. But when I tell you that I was gonna switch, when they found out I'm gonna switch my major from medical to from engineering to communication, when I tell you that they were just, when I tell you that they were just like, so many phone calls from different family members saying, communication, what's that? Ça, ça est là. Communication, ça, ça est là. On va en parler. It's Haitians. But like, everything was decided for me, you know? everything was decided. Like what time I wake up to go to school, I come home, what school clubs I'm allowed to go into, like like I used to I skateboarded in school, but the only reason why so I wasn't allowed a lot of clubs in school, but my parents didn't want me to join any of these. I was in a lot of clubs in high school. My parents didn't want me to join any of these clubs. That the only thing they wanted me to that they were okay with me joining was a soccer team, because Haitian culture at soccer, and yeah, a sport is fine. So I was able to join all these clubs because I actually quit the soccer team after the first the second quarter in my freshman year of high school, and just started going to other clubs, especially the skateboarding club. But for all 4 years of high school, I told my parents that I was just in the soccer team. They never came to any games to support me, so it's not like they were looking for proof. I just came home late. I told them I came from practice, and that was that. They didn't ask questions. They knew I was on the team. They signed a permission slip like back in freshman year. So yeah. But yeah, I was so nervous because I said that again. I've never made such a big choice on my own in my life. Never. Like even the college that I chose to go to, like I had to fight. I mean, I made that choice, but that's after I fought. Like I had to fight my family for it. Actually, so I live with my aunt and my uncle. My uncle, my aunt just was not having it. She wanted to go to Stony Brook. I went to University at Buffalo. She wanted to go to Stony Brook. That's where her son went. Um, my uncle was so mad that I said I was gonna go to school in Buffalo that he said if I go to school in Buffalo, he's not coming to my school graduation. Yeah, he said that. He didn't end up coming, but he said that. That's how controlling my parents were. And it's controlling out of love. Like as I'm old, like as I grow older, I'm understanding it's out of love. Like I don't agree with it, but I understand it. I definitely don't agree with it, and like and like trauma is still there, like still like you feel me? But I understand it. Hurt people hurt people. Yeah, hurt people hurt people. My aunt used to tell me that somebody can only give you what they have. And if all they have is pain, then that's what they will give you, unfortunately. Um, so, yo, what a quote. So she said, oh my God. Yo, what a quote. So, yeah, so it was very hard for me to make that decision. Because like I wanted to travel, but like also is like I also wanted to be comfortable. Stay where it's comfortable, be safe in New York City, like work my regular job, like be with my friends. My friends are just like a half an hour ride away. Yeah. And so that's like I cannot make like to make a video that would go into every little detail on why I was so nervous to go to start the nomad life would be a very long video. It's better a conversation than a video, but that's a good summary of it. My like being caged and controlled, and of course it was out of love and care. Like it was out of like I'm not gonna say like I mean I was traumatized, but I'm not gonna say that I was like put in a cage and like locked away. At some point, I did feel I was locked away, but it's not like my parents did that to inhibit me or to make me suffer. That was done because they cared about me. As a kid, like that doesn't that like the care is not important. It's the impact of their actions. Like there are other ways to protect a kid than to control them, yell at them, and restrain them from any activity or anything they have desires to do. So, and again, and after all that, like none of my friends were in support. Like nobody close to me supported me. I mean, like some of them were supportive, but I know the bottom line was like that they didn't want me to go, And yes, for selfish reasons, but it was, again, it was out of love too. It was their version of love, which I respect and appreciated. So yeah, that's why it was so hard to make that decision to move out. It was really difficult. Like, I didn't express it externally and physically to anybody, but internally it was a war, man. It was fighting until this day in Montana. Um, like, anytime a little, like, my my one of my closest friends used to ask me, before I moved out, he a question that he will often ask me is that, Charles, what's the one thing that could happen to make you say, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to New York City. I'm gonna leave Montana and go back to New York City and continue my normal life. What could happen? What can you imagine happening that will make you come back? Um, I still don't have the answer to that question. But like, whenever something like bad happens here, that question passes through my mind. Oh my god, he like infected me. But I think, not I think I know. Um, if you're at this point in your life where there's this big bold decision, like, especially if you're young, if you're young, come on, just like, if you're in this point in your life where there's this big bold decision, you're young, you have a lot of years in your future, and especially if you don't have any commitments. Like, I didn't have any crazy commitments. Um, just say yes, make the decision. And if, like, later down the line you do find that one crazy thing that makes you wanna retract and pull out and come back to your normal, like, what, like, the normal life you're used to, at least you tried. At least you tried. So for Montana, I'm happy. Um, I think I'm actually, like, happier, more comfortable than I was in New York City. Yes, there's still, like some battles I'm fighting, some hardships that I'm facing, especially having roommates. I definitely like it better here. Um, like, with no strings attached with anything, knowing that this is not gonna be forever. Like, after, like, the season ends, I'm out, making my way to somewhere else, and I've, like, see people, see, like, places. Um, I've met an indigenous person. Like, that can sound like whatever to you, but it, like, in my life, which I think a lot of people can relate. Indigenous people are just like people in history books, or people that indigenous people just, like, goes as is just in our imaginations. Nobody really meets them where I come from. We just, like, talk about them. We know they exist, but we don't really meet them. So I've already met a few indigenous people, like the registering reservation camps, just regular people. They get into national parks for free. They get the perks of being indigenous. Yeah, and to me, it's like mind blowing, and that stuff would have never happened had I not left New York City and made this daring decision. So, again, if, like, make the decision, you gonna regret it. I mean, you may regret it. You 99% chance you might regret it, but that 1% is so worth it. Make the decision, go for it, and just go for it. If your dreams are not scary, and it's not big enough. And traveling the world, that shit is scary, man. It's dangerous. It's scary. It's like, it's not comfortable, and I'm used to being comfortable. Even though, no matter how painful being comfortable is, I'm used to being comfortable. So, but the rewards, man, the rewards are amazing. The people that I've met already, like, the people that I've met already, it's just like, I think I've met some of the best people I've met my entire life. Or, and it's only one. I've only, like, been doing this for only 3 months. I met so many like I was on a date with this girl the other day, and she was telling me her story, and I was just like, my jaw just like dropped. Like I won't share anything about what he said, like for personal reasons, but her like yo, it's amazing. And then like now that she's telling me her story, things about Montana, like or like fun facts she knows, stuff she knows. Yo, you gotta make that decision. Um, yes, I wanna say travel, 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 blah 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 blah, travel, and definitely travel, definitely do that, definitely travel. It's good for your brain. You need to do that, and I'll get more deeper into that in another video. But but for now, let's stick it to this. That big, scary, bold decision that you're wondering whether you should take or not. Take it. Okay, make that leap of faith. That's it. Make the leap of faith, man. And you might fall down that hole into forever, but at least you try. Okay, at least you try. I listen to Gary Vee a lot, and Gary Vee talks about how he spends a lot of time with old people in retirement homes. And when he talks to these old people, one thing that they say is that they wish they had taken a chance, did the leap, and gone for that one thing they wanted to do. They wish they had more time. More time for what? More time to take a chance, to take another swing at something that they were too scared to go at. So think about that. Yes, there might be pain, disappointment, and you chasing your dreams, going after that bold dream. But it's not like if you stay where it's you're comfortable, there's not gonna be pains and consequences and regrets either. Either way, you're gonna suffer. So might as well like choose the one that is new, exciting, and can make a bold change in your life and leaves you a story to tell. Yeah, yeah. That's my thought that I wanted to share with you. Again, share some wisdom, share some thoughts. I think that's some good information that we don't get told enough. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today, this week, and I'll see you next time. Okay, ciao.